All right, so if you're following along with the project we got sitting back here, you know exactly what this Tuesday morning tech tip is all about. Hey guys, Chaz here from Pugliese Speed Shop, and I'm here to tell you a little story about how I screwed up. Now, if you've been on the channel for a while, you understand this is not news, right? Every Tuesday, we sit down and tell you guys what we screwed up during the week or over the weekend or whatever the case may be. This particular Tuesday, we're going to tell you about how I screwed up for a couple weeks. All right? We were working on this 1964 Bel Air, and we got it running. It's been sitting since like 75, right? But somebody messed with it in the meantime. We got it going again with, really not that much work. And then I changed the oil and screwed up the whole thing. Now you might ask yourself, how did you screw everything up changing the oil? Solid question. We'll break for a minute and the kid can give you a little bit of insight about what I did. So now that you've seen that, you think, hey, how did you not know you do that? You didn't feel yourself hitting it? You didn't look at that and realize that happened? Well, right after that happened, this happened. So, I wasn't exactly what you'd say focused. So we pressed on, and I knew the timing was just perfect. So I'm like, I guess it's not getting fuel as I'm pouring fuel into the carburetor. So then I'm like, we must have lost spark. Well, we checked for spark all over the place, and guess what? We had it. Never did it dawn on me. Are we getting spark at the right time? Well, I know the timing was dead on, so there's no way. What I'm trying to say here, guys, is nothing is ever guaranteed. I learned that. And I promise you this was not the first time I learned it, nor will it be the last. But this was the first time in a while I learned it, and I think the first time I learned it and shared it with the internet. So there's that. All right, guys, so there's definitely a lesson to be learned here, right? Let me tell you how I figured it out. Truth is, I didn't. All right. I'm at work, and the kid shoots me a text and says, "Hey, I just sent you a video. Take a look at it, and I think I figured out why the car won't start." Now, mind you, this is going on for, like a month, maybe not a month, longer than it ever should have. That much I promise you. So I look at the video, and he kind of he's like, look right at the distributor, and you can, obviously you saw, right? You can see it. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. How did I not notice that? Well, because I had blinders on, guys, all I kept thinking was it was fine. That was good. And now I was even looking around there, and I never realized that, that like the vacuum advance was here and now it's here. Never noticed that. Because I'm not looking for it, right? I'm looking for like I rip a wire out, condenser, ground. What I do? I did something. I knew I had to have done something, right? Because things don't just break. Something. No matter how many times I try to convince my father that things just broke, he knew better, and he was always right. I usually broke them, so I knew I had to do something, and I can't find it, right? And I'm going through all the steps. I'm checking for spark. We're checking for fuel. We're looking at the carburetor squirting on top of the fuel we're pouring in. We're hitting with starting fluid. It's squirting. I pulled the plugs out, and they were all old. They were fouled. They obviously smelled like gas because here I am doing what I'm doing. But they were full of soot and everything. I swapped them out, nothing. I'm reading out the coil. I'm doing all the things you would do, except for the one super simple thing that, I mean, all I had to do was just go, and it started. So we now have new plugs. Now have a new coil. Plugs were needed. Coil, no, not so much. So we didn't throw the other one out, but I wasn't paying attention, right? And truth be told, the kid is not like a huge car guy. I mean, he's got a nice car. He enjoys cars. He's not out here building motors and stuff like that, right? But he pays attention, right? And that's what you need, because somebody like me gets wrapped around the axle, and I'm like, it can't be it. And there was even comments in some videos, hey man, it sounds like the timing's off. And I'm like, yeah, I know it sounds like it, but I know it's good. Did I? Clearly, I did not. So the point is, don't just, dismiss something because it's not what you want to hear, or, you're so sure that that's not the problem, because take that outside eye looking in, because you get wrapped around the axle, you can't see the forest through the trees. Pick whatever saying you want. When somebody outside looks in, they usually see something you don't. I just wish he would have looked at that a little bit sooner, Thanks for watching.